Welcome back, everybody, to the World Series of Sealed. It's time to begin round 4, where we're going to once again up the ante and start eliminating more players. Currently, we have 2 players who finished 5th and 6th. It is Trump and Reynad. Firebat and VLPS still are on the ropes, but they can fight back beginning now. Currently up behind us, we have Strifecro versus Firebat, the chip leader versus the one who's currently down a lot. Firebat is essentially just put all in by agreeing to this match.
Yeah.
But at least he can get to the top 4. So let's head over to Wade, the dealer downstairs, and see what he has with the players in preparation for this upcoming round.
Thanks, guys. And as you know, Firebat, you are going to be all in. We do have 600 gold antes right now. You have 600. So go ahead and push that to the middle. And Strifecro, you can go ahead and match that. And then if you guys could, I don't think your counting is quite right there.
It's a symbolic call. It's actually a legal move in poker.
All right, all right. So Strifecro, go ahead and remind us what 3 classes you are bringing.
Warlock, Paladin, and Shaman.
And which class are you using?
Pally.
And then Firebat, which 3 classes do you have?
I got Warlock, Hunter, and Mage.
That's Warlock, Hunter, and Mage. And what classes are you using?
I'm using Mage.
Mage. All right, guys, good luck in game number 1. And then after that, you guys can go straight into game 2 and 3.
Cool.
I love Strifecro, man. He's so funny.
He's laying down the knowledge.
Yeah, telling
actually
the
legal move of poker.
Telling the dealer what's
Okay,
legal.
fun, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. If only I had that kind of
Don't
wit
get too lucky, though.
whenever someone drops the law on me. So we're going to start things off with Paladin versus Mage. Firebat is in a must-win situation. We'll see if he's able to turn around. Firebat is the one on the Mage. Strifecro on Paladin. 2 of the favorite classes of Strifecro. He actually really likes those 2 classes specifically.
Very true. And so the big thing here is Firebat needs to win like 3 times in a row
Yeah.
to keep doubling his money in every single round in order to stay alive.
Which I like.
Yeah.
You asked for it.
Again, the stakes are really high here. Firebat, of course, going out in 3rd through 6th is all the same. So it doesn't matter if you were eliminated 1st or if you're eliminated 4th. 3rd through 6th is the same. So you really want to secure that top 2. And Firebat, of course, going to throw out the Mage.
Yeah, Firebat's on the Mage. Yeah. We'll fix the class icons in a sec.
Yeah.
Strifecro plays the huge toad because he feels like that's probably going to challenge the board a little bit better than the Argent Squire. Plus, you can play Argent Squire in Avenge if the huge toad doesn't die.
Yeah. And it looks like he's just going to get this huge toad out of the way with the ping. It's opens up more opportunities for Firebat to utilize this Fallen Hero on turn 4. It could basically be like a 2 damage battle cry with the hero power. And lots of spells though.
Okay, well that's a minion to play. Before Firebat was stuck. Firebat was stuck without a play, but now he has the Ogre Brood. Controls the board. Even though it's not the most reliable minion, the stats are very good.
Yeah. Seal of Champions is the only play that Strifecro has this turn, and it's really not a good one. You can use it to kill off the Ogre Brood, but that means the Divine Shield is going to go away.
Yeah.
So you might as well just hero power and, effectively accomplish almost the same thing. Hopefully he can have something stick around next turn to be able to play the Seal of Champions and actually get the value.
Well, what might end up happening is if he plays Seal of Champions and then just ignores the Ogre Brute, and then the Ogre Brute had to like attack into it and other things. But this ended up being a situation where Firebat's able to remove the board.
Yeah.
And now Murloc Knight has a chance to survive. I mean, it's 50% chance if the Ogre even hits the right target.
Yeah. But Firebat actually has a lot of ways to, well, not a lot, but one way to ensure that this Murloc Knight goes down. And I feel like Strifecro doesn't have many comeback tools in this Paladin deck. We sort of got to see it earlier, and it was a very board-centric deck. It relied on having things on the board. He had like a King Mukla, and of course he had double Seal of Champions, Blessing of Kings, and so once he loses control of the board, he didn't have any like equality or AoE, like Consecration. to help him come back in the game.
He might be able to fight with just resilient minions. He has Clockwork Gnome and Cobalt Guardian, the Wombo combo.
The Wombo combo. That's a Wombo combo if I've ever seen one.
It is.
Yeah.
How else would he efficiently take it out? Sequencing, of course, really important here. If you play the Clockwork Gnome first, you don't get to play on shield.
Yeah, Firebat can always just ping it off, but that means he's not pinging off the
2-1.
Yeah, the 2-1.
Yeah, precisely.
So that being left around could make a difference. I guess it will, especially since Tinkertown Technician is in the hand. So if either of these survive, Strifecro is going to be able to get value out of that. But right now, it just seems like Firebat overall has the better quality of hand.
Yeah, if Firebat can't ping twice, I still think it's better to kill the Cobalt Guardian and play, like, ping the Divine Shield, trade in the Cobalt Guardian, and just develop 2 minions. Maybe the Acolyte of Pain and the Ogre Magi.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you do, the Fallen Hero will end up dying here.
Yeah.
Is there an alternative play? Maybe if you can use Forgotten Torch instead, and then... I don't like it, no matter how I look at it.
Either way it dies, so you might as well just hold on to the Forgotten Torch for...
Oh, I apologize. He doesn't have 9 mana. Yeah, you only can play the Acolyte or the Ogre Magi. In this case, Acolyte makes more sense because you could get the extra card.
Yeah.
Assuming he doesn't get reversing switch or something way to alter it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Assuming he doesn't.
If he uses the reversing switch, though, can't play Silver Moon Guardian. So either he has to give up some of his curve. You don't want to use Seal Champions because then that just means he pings off your 2-1 next turn. Can you give him an extra card in order to develop a Silver Moon Guardian this turn?
Yeah, it's tough. If you don't develop, then you play Force Tank Max the following turn. Then that means Silver Moon Guardian's not coming out for 2 turns.
Yeah.
He's going to reversing switch this afterwards. Or he's just going to let it be pinged off as a 5-1. Okay. It's pretty cute.
Yeah. I don't know what that 1-5 is going to accomplish, but maybe if he finds something else to buff it with, he could start trading in.
Yeah. Forgotten Torch, very convenient spell power buff with the Ogre Magi, allowing to remove the 4/4. And now Strifecro is going to cross his fingers and hope that he has enough power with this Force Tank Max. Or, actually, this is much stronger. Blessing of Kings makes a 4/9? A 5/9, excuse me.
Yeah, and allows him to deal with the board immediately instead of just hoping that Firebat doesn't have removal. Now if removal is expended on the Clockwork Gnome, you know the Clockwork Gnome already got value.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to drop the Force Tank Max right after, so definitely a great pickup by Strifecro. Maybe even game-changing.
So you can start gathering some of the mechs together here, because I'm looking at how much Snow Chugger, Tinkertown Technician. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so by Firebat playing this Snow Chugger, he's leaving out his initial mech to start the chain. If he was playing Snow Chugger, then he could play Gorilla Bot, then Tinkertown Technician, and now he's in an awkward situation once again.
Yeah. Just trying to preserve his minions. Just trying to keep these 1/3s around.
He's got a lot of buff cards. I think this is something Strifecro is well in tune with, understands.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier the type of deck that he had when we were watching it, not be drafted, but watching it after it was completed.
Oh, man.
He does have a lot of those boards.
Oh,
wow.
man.
Holy moly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, he gets a way to buff, kind of.
Yeah, but again, it's just going to get pinged off next turn.
It does, but at least Strifecro has a board initiative. I don't think he's in a position where he wants to play for value. I think he needs to be as aggressive as possible.
Yeah, and he does get to develop a hero power this turn, so that means one of his things isn't going to get pinged off. So he will have a Silver Hand recruit that'll live to next turn.
Yeah, the silver lining is that Divine Shield lives a turn. That's one of the best 1-drops you could ask for.
Oh, yeah.
Injured Cavaldir and Pit Snake are like the 3 best. Oh.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Firebat just had a bunch of that mech synergy in his hand and just has to throw out that Gorilla Bot. And Belcher is a okay pickup. I think he's going to trade in, yeah, Hunger Dragon. He wants to try and preserve this Belcher.
Yeah,
as long
definitely.
as
The value,
possible.
the value on the Belcher is really high at the moment. It won't get contested. And this is where Firebat ultimately is like one of those things where I wanted to see him get more mech synergy off of the Gorilla Bot. But you know what? That's a really good card to draw too. Force Tank Max. Hard to answer right now.
Yeah, very hard. Paladins don't have easy ways to deal with big stuff. Outdoor Peacekeeper, but that is a rare. So I don't know if Strifecro was able to get those.
Keeper of Oldemon.
Keeper of Oldemon. Keeper of Oldemon, I guess, is a pretty good one. But Murloc Knight. Find that behind
Sick.
a Sludge Belcher. Yeah, definitely.
Just has to get a reasonable Murloc size.
Oh. That's not the best, but I suppose it's better than...
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Sir Finley is definitely above average for a Murloc. Most Murlocs are like 2-1s.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and that's about all she wrote for this game. I think, you know, Strifecro really tried, but that Flame Strike off the top.
I like how they're mic'd up.
Yeah.
They can hear each other, but they still decide to use emotes to communicate.
Pretty good draw.
True words have never been
Strifecro
spoken.
is just, he doesn't even care. He acts like he doesn't even hear him. That's a poker face if I've ever seen one. He doesn't even concede, he just keeps going.
Yeah, and you know what? He's holding out on the chance that he's able to do something. But I'm not sure what he can do.
Yeah.
Secret maybe buys him some time. But I think there's like Noble Sacrifice, Avenge, and Competitive Spirit. Maybe.
Yeah.
So this one's probably Competitive Spirit. Alright, looks like Strifecro gonna walk the motions. Wait, maybe this is Redemption. Maybe he gets another Belcher.
I think he had Competitive Spirit, Avenge, and Noble Sacrifice, where it's
Okay,
three
it's Noble
stickers.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But
You know,
this-
Firebat hitting bomb after bomb.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not much of an advantage to staying in the game that you think you've lost, so he must have some type of comeback mechanic. Because right now he's just giving up more information to Firebat. More information about his deck. Firebat won't have to use his mage deck anymore should he win, which seems likely at this point.
Yeah, or Strifecro could also switch decks too, depending on how things go.
Yeah, true.
Or maybe Strifecro just wants to see Firebat's hand.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the competitive spirit. And not a card in the world will get him out of this situation, even if it's a card
Deathwing.
as strong as the Shield of Minibot. Oh, that's true.
Some people did put Deathwing.
It's two decks today had Deathwing, actually, so that's not even that unlikely.
All right, so game one in the books, and that's just really good news for Firebat, but probably even like better news for Strifecro, because if Firebat actually has some money to play with, he'd probably start betting here.
Yeah.
And then Strifecro would be either forced to fold or just go along with it and be in a tough position.
Yeah, very true. So Strifecro still has he still has all three of his decks left. His Shaman deck that we saw earlier was actually really powerful. And I'm surprised that he's not going to go with it. He's just going to go with the same Paladin deck.
I think his Paladin deck's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I think Firebat had a really strong ability to answer the board, like the flame cannon and the frost bolts, and then his mid game was ridiculous with some of the way he was able to answer threats.
Yeah.
Strifecro has the Clockwork Gnome. He's going to keep Seal of Champions. Warlock, in the meantime, has a very good opening hand.
Yes. That is incredible. Strifecro was thinking, well, I'm against a Warlock. That means I'll probably have some type of minion stick in order to play Seal of Champions to trade up on turn 3. But he's going to be in for real disappointment. And Firebat going with the, I don't even know what you call this move here. Aggressive?
That's the correct move. If you shoot down a 2-1, you're worlds ahead of Howden, who can't usually answer a 2-3 on 2.
But Boardwalker seems fine as well. I mean, you saw a lot of his deck. He didn't have things that would make him be able to trade up on turn 2.
Yeah, but then Voidwalker can get even better value as time goes on. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't mind it at all. He is a little bit punished for this 50-50 he went for, though. Ooh, power overwhelming. The best individual raw value. Does he see any other opportunity, though?
Yeah. Usually Blood Imp's only taken when you absolutely need something on the board. When you're falling behind and you need to be able to utilize power overwhelmings in your hand or something along those lines.
Ooh, interesting. Strifecro pulls a secret, and that's something that you wish that you had drawn from your mad scientist. But maybe it's okay. He can play the scientist trade in. He has room to Solemn Vigil. That's interesting. What does he want to do here?
Well, the two secrets that are left in his deck are Noble Sacrifice and Avenge, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Judging by his deck. So he might feel like he could take the risk of Sealed Champions. No, never mind, because his Mad Scientist wouldn't pay off.
Right. I think I like the Solemn Vigil here.
Yeah.
Although, because the competitive spirit and the hero power is not that good.
Yeah. Especially since he's probably not going to kill off your 1/1 unless he has a Mortar Coil. So
Right.
you're only going to get it on one minion.
Unless the secret that was pulled was Noble Sacrifice. But even then, I wouldn't play competitive spirit because it only gives you a +1/+1, and it feels like you can get so much more. Okay. So this makes me think that it is Noble Sacrifice.
Yes, it is. Still going to die to the 1/1 anyway, but at least this way he gets rid of the secret, so sort of makes the Mad Scientist moot. Wow.
All secrets being drawn.
Might be looking at Firebat catching up in the chip count to Strifecro, who seemed
That's fine.
unstoppable up until this point.
If he plays the Finicky Cloak field here, then Firebat, in order to remove this, has to play the Demon Wrath, and that's like a really weak use of this card. It does effectively 1 damage.
Yeah.
Not to mention it kills your own board.
Yeah, you can always just put the Voidwalker down. You mentioned earlier it probably gets more value going on, and protecting a Brand Bronzebeard.
Or so
Seems
you
good.
think, unless he draws a weapon of some sort. Huh. Nothing.
No weapons.
Drawing all the secrets here is really, it's like, I mean, people have been seeing Secret Paladin for months already, so they already understand it, but this is like one of the biggest drawbacks of playing secrets. If you don't have the ability to pull them out through Mad Scientist, sometimes you just have awkward scenarios where you're drawing the secrets instead of having good quality cards.
Yeah. And you get Solemn Vigil for 3 if he trades in. And then oh, okay. Well, this trades for both of them, so.
Well, yeah, assuming that your opponent doesn't have a weighted buff trade with Abusive Sergeant or anything along those lines. But
Or
Dark
Dark
Bomb
Bomb.
is good enough. Yeah, I don't know if you're anticipating a Dark Bomb all the time. But Strifecro is in big trouble already.
Only 1 minion in his hand, and it's a Clockwork Gnome. Just not what you want to see. And Mad Scientist, after all of his secrets were already drawn, he pulled 1 Noble Sacrifice out of the first Mad Scientist, but I believe I only saw 1 Competitive Spirit, 1 Avenge.
I really like
in the deck.
Strifecro's decks. I just feel like it's not very effective right now. And
Yeah.
Firebat has been able to answer it very well. Like, Firebat's playing with enough risk versus reward. He's making the right trades.
Yeah. And Dread Infernal would go off twice.
Jennifer will go off twice. It's an interesting thing, because then you can use the Void Walker to trade in.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of green gas.
Yeah. That's a powerful effect. Murloc
Had
Knight.
too many burritos for lunch. All right, well, Murloc Knight here ends up hero powering, and then if he gets a charger of some kind, the Bluegill or the Murkeye, he can take out the brand, but he can't, so he ends up just playing a secret. And this might be where the wheels of the wagon come crashing down. He attacks into this, and Demon Wraths. Really bad spot here for Strifecro. And Firebat's able to just commandly take a board position.
Yeah. And even develop Immaster. Thought about Phil Cannon for a second, but, you know, you're only sacrificing 1 power in order to keep your Dread Infernal healthy. And Mookless Champion, there it is, but there's absolutely no board to supplement this Mookless champion. But Strifecro is going to see it through to the end.
6, 8, 11, 15 damage.
Plenty of damage next turn.
Right, he'll try.
Strifecro.
He might even, you know, try to see if he can stick through all the way to the end, but in his mind, he's effectively dead. Firebat has been able to quickly 2-0 Strifecro and double up his bankroll to 1,200.
1,200, making a comeback. So that'll bring Strifecro. I don't remember what Strifecro was at before that, but he's going to go down 600. I don't even know if that takes him below 2K, but if it does, it's not very far below 2K.
I believe it does. GG's tossed around, and Firebat able to stay alive in the tournament. He would have been victim number 3 otherwise.
Yeah, so that brings Strifecro down to 1,850, if I counted correctly. So that means Zelay is going to pass him in the chip lead.
All right, well, let's stop in with Wade, at the dealer on the floor, to check in with the players for a couple words.
All right, so it is time to actually count out those 600 chips there, Strifecro.
How much is the Blues?
100 each on the Blues. Congratulations, Firebat, on the win there. How do you feel like your decks performed that time, more as opposed to against VLPS?
I'm really glad I chose not to play Hunter this time. Like, that deck, it looks really good on paper, but Hunter deck's really what lost me the series against VLPS. So I think I lost confidence in my Warlock deck the first game against him when I got the loss to the Patrons, which I just didn't expect Patrons to be coming out of his Control Warrior deck. So that burned me there. I feel like now that I've regained confidence in that Warlock deck and actually the game plan worked, that I'm going to probably stick to those 2 decks. They seem a lot better than the Hunter deck.
All right, well, you do have 1,200 chips there moving forward into the tournament, so congratulations. That'll give you a little bit of room to bet in the future as opposed to this immediate all-in.
Yeah.
Strifecro, still plenty of chips left for you. What do you need to do differently in the future to take home this tournament?
Run better.
Run better?
Yeah.
Yeah, just better draws. I guess you can always use those. All right, so we will be getting VLPS and Zelay up here next. So back to you guys upstairs.
It can't always be rainbows and sunshines for Strifecro. He's had some really good runs today, but overall it felt like he was due for a loss. You know, he can't just always run over the competition every single game. And, you know, why not now when the stakes are still relatively lower than what they're about to be when they ramp up a lot more?
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. And so the next match, of course, is going to be between Zelay and VLPS.
VLPS.
Yeah. So that'll be close to an elimination match, I do believe. And we can take a look at the chip count now. The ante is still 600, so that means VLPS is basically just like a bet away from that pot going over to his entire chip count. So he could be facing an elimination match this next round against Zelay, who's now our new gold leader here.
That's right. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have our next 2 players, VLPS and Zelay, battle out who will stay alive and who's going home. Find out right after this.